This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Friday, August 28th, 2026, in the morning. Today, we analyze the federal court ruling regarding the Pentagon's blacklisting of Anthropic, Nvidia's reported move to acquire the open-source platform Hugging Face, the removal of the Luanti game engine from Google Play due to flawed AI copyright enforcement, and the introduction of the Talos agent security kernel.
In a major development for artificial intelligence supply chain oversight, a federal judge in San Francisco has ruled that the Pentagon's designation of Anthropic as a national security risk was illegal. The government had blacklisted the American AI lab earlier this year, citing their acceptable use policies, which prohibit mass surveillance and the development of autonomous weapons. Anthropic refused to strip these clauses, leading the administration to invoke procurement laws and export controls. The court's ruling marks a significant pushback against the use of executive procurement power to bypass standard due process in AI governance. Analysts are now questioning if this sets a precedent for how other nations might handle domestic AI labs that prioritize safety over military collaboration.
Reports indicate that Nvidia has reached an agreement to acquire the open-source platform Hugging Face for approximately $13 billion. This potential move is seen as an effort by Nvidia to cement control over the foundational infrastructure of the AI ecosystem. Hugging Face currently serves as the primary repository for developers to collaborate, share models, and test new tools. Industry observers suggest that by absorbing this platform, Nvidia is aiming to secure its position as the gatekeeper of open model development. We are monitoring this closely, as the integration of a major community-driven repository into a closed hardware provider's ecosystem could fundamentally alter the trajectory of open-source artificial intelligence. The open-source game engine Luanti has been removed from the Google Play Store following a copyright notice generated by AI-driven detection systems. The Luanti team reports that the notice was entirely baseless and did not account for the modular, community-created nature of their project. This incident serves as a signal from the future. Automated content moderation is increasingly triggering false positives that punish legitimate software projects. When AI systems are tasked with policing intellectual property at scale, the lack of human-in-the-loop verification can result in the deplatforming of open-source utilities based on algorithmic errors. A new project called Talos has appeared, introducing a permission kernel designed to sit between a large language model and a local command line shell. Currently identified as a signal from the future, this tool addresses the inherent risk of granting agents direct system access. By forcing every action initiated by an AI agent to pass through a formal permission check, Talos attempts to bridge the gap between AI autonomy and host security. As agentic workflows become standard, this type of mid-layer security, which treats the AI as an untrusted process, will become critical for enterprise deployments. Community sentiment today is focused on the tension between AI centralization and defensive security. First, the security community is debating the AI in a box trend, as practitioners report a mass exodus back to in-house, self-hosted builds to escape the volatility of third-party AI service constraints. Second, the Hugging Face acquisition rumor has triggered a surge in interest for distributed, peer-to-peer model repositories, with developers looking for ways to preserve the open-source pipeline away from corporate consolidation. Third, in response to the Luanti takedown, there is a vocal push for algorithmic transparency in App Store moderation, with developers demanding the right to challenge AI-driven DMCA notices before automated enforcement occurs. Finally, the Talos agent project is gaining traction as a proof of concept for secure AI execution, with many engineers viewing it as the necessary response to the growing threat of autonomous agents executing malicious logic without human oversight.